E aí, meus amigos, como é que estão? Tudo certo? Estamos aqui com o Eduardo para gravar a parte 3 do The Vale, né? Esperamos que todos estejam gostando aí dos nossos vídeos sobre o The Vale. Vai ser uma gameplay longa, né? Porque The Vale é grande, cara. Dá mais de 6 horas de jogo, enfim.
6 horas bem aproveitadas.
Com certeza. Né, com ótimos sons, né? E...
Sim,
acho
os
que
sons
é isso,
que são os
né?
melhores, na moral.
Os sons, com certeza, cara.
Como
E
diz
se alguma
o
coisa
Nelson
cortar
Silva,
no meu áudio aqui, eu tô gravando. Eita, nossa senhora. Se alguma coisa cortar no meu áudio, eu tô gravando usando o TeamTalk, né? Aí pode ser que corte um pouquinho. Mas é isso aí, né? Se você gostou, deixe seu gostei, se inscreva e compartilhe com os amiguinhos. Mas é isso aí. Começamos então?
Continue game. Press spacebar to select an option.
This is it. The King's Road is just up the bank. I have to warn you, the gentle parts of the Vale are behind you now. The mountain pass, heading into winter, isn't for the faint of heart.
We'll keep that in mind.
If you did, you wouldn't take another step. So long.
Looks like the road is clear. Here, take my hand, I'll help you up the bank.
Hello, Princess.
Oh! You startled me.
You're the blind woman from the market.
I prefer to be called Maggie. And you're the travellers who've been making all the fuss. Taking on pirates, reuniting families, finding lost horses, running iron.
How did you make it out here?
I walked.
That's not possible.
Sure it is. You put one foot in front of the other and repeat.
I mean, you're blind. And there was no land route to get here.
There are plenty of routes if you know what you're doing. Where are you headed?
Why would that be business of yours?
You might need my help. There's safety in numbers, you know.
You might be safer, but we'll be slower.
Don't flatter yourselves. There's no substitute for life experience.
We're headed east.
I have a place along the King's Road. You can spend a night there. Break up the trip a little.
What kind of place?
It's your standard hovel, but better than the lice-infested inns along the way. No, a dead un will be snooping around, I can promise you that.
We'll be fine on our own. Thank you. Let's get moving.
What's the harm in escorting her back to her hovel?
We can't have her slowing us down. We need to get ahead of the horde.
I can hear her following us.
Then we happen to be sharing the road. Until wolves take her.
Unkind.
Regardless, we are not waiting for her.
I've always loved travel at night. It's cooler, quieter, less busy. When you're in a city and walking, there's nowhere you can't go on foot. Wagons need roads, boats need rivers. Did you know that section of river you were on meanders for 20 miles? I walked less than 10.
She can move for an old crow.
Damn right I can move. Been moving most of my life. You sit still and you
Tá
shrivel
cortando.
up. You keep moving and you find things.
Cortando áudio pra você?
Discover things. Some things you can't explain, so you move on to discover other things that explain those things.
I've covered more ground in the
Às
past
vezes é
few
com
days than I
internet,
have in
cara.
all my years living in...
Stop. Both of you. Don't you dare take another step.
What is it?
The woods. Do you smell it?
Pine trees.
Not the pine trees, you daft gloit.
I smell ash. A fire.
Brimstone. Look to the woods.
Something is moving. Something dark.
Wolves.
Not like I've ever seen.
Run. Now.
De
Take
novo.
my hand.
Yes, lead the way. I'll fend them off.
Here come more. Oh no! A rock face! We're trapped.
Get behind me.
What is she doing?
You wouldn't believe it if I told you. Alex, your weapon. It's on fire.
I know you can use the damn thing. Start swinging, girl.
Are they gone?
Yes. For now.
How far is your shelter?
Not far. We'll be safe there. Follow me.
Mano, os sons são muito foda, mano.
Sim, velho.
I'll start the fire.
What was that?
Nether wolves. Spawned by the Fae, no doubt.
No, what you did. In the woods back there.
You've never seen a
Ah,
blind
jogou
woman throw
fogo.
fire around before.
No one sees that.
Or there's
Jogou
much
feitiço de
sign folk
fogo
don't see. You
nos
know
lobos e
Não,
fez
ela,
nossa
não, ela
espada bem
colocou fogo na arma da,
it.
Sim.
Glimpses of the
da
future.
Alexa.
Tell your friend.
I do. I see misfortune before it happens.
And flashes from the past.
When needed, yes.
You are a seer, like me, like a rare few throughout the world.
E agora ela tá explicando a Alex
Draw
que
from
ela
the
é
same
uma
realm, the same power that brings the fire and all manner of
profeta.
magic.
So I could do what you
ela
do
pode ver
with fire.
o que vai acontecer no futuro e o
But not like
que
me,
e
princess.
flashbacks do passado.
Why must you keep calling me princess?
It's your title. By birth. You don't think much of old Maggie if you don't think I could see who you are. Even your friend here was able to figure that out, eh? His silence tells you all you need to know. The point is, it hardly matters. We are all in grave danger. These wolves, the Horde, none of this is by chance. You two are going to help me get to the bottom of it all.
We're headed home to Glades, to my brother.
You may not have a lot to say about where you're going. You're not likely to get through the pass without our help.
There are more of you?
I have a husband who takes up residence in the mountain village of Crow. It's near the pass. You'll shelter us while we figure out how to get you home.
Thank you, Maggie. You were right. There is safety in numbers.
You two should try to get some rest. I'll keep watch tonight.
Agora a gente descansa um pouco enquanto a Meg fica cuidando à noite.
Up you get, your eminence.
Please, don't call me that. Is it morning already?
It is noon. We should head out.
We have 3 days' journey to Crow. I have rations, but we may have to hunt along the way.
We'll get started then.
Hold on. There are things to
Meu
consider.
Deus, eu odeio
The
criança.
road ahead is notorious for bandits and other
Oxe,
ne'er-do-wells.
ô Victor, pausa aí.
Maybe better to wait for...
Vamos ver.
Vou ver ali se tem um café e já daqui a pouco já volto aí.
Beleza. Enquanto ele vai pra ver café, eu corto o vídeo. Pois bem, gente. Aí está Eduardo de volta. Vamos continuar nosso negócio aí.
I would rather run into bandits than more of those creatures. What does our princess think?
Use down and up arrow keys to cycle options.
Aqui ele perguntou o que a gente vai fazer quando a gente vai seguir viagem. De dia tem menos perigos, né? Mas podem ter os caras aí por aí, né? Os lutadores aí. E à noite temos inimigos, né? Só que é mais difícil de ver. À noite temos os lobos e os... Enfim. E o Shepard tem medo. Mas aí, Eduardo, o que você acha?
Qual caminho que tem?
Ou vamos de dia, que tem os caras ali. Os fortão lá, os caras grandão. Ou vamos de noite, né? Que tem os lobos e é mais escuro.
Ah, eu preferi de dia.
Beleza.
We'll set out now then. With the day, we'll wait for nightfall. We'll set out now then, with the daylight.
We'll head out now. Bandits will be a welcome change after last night. So what do these nether wolves want?
To kill. To feed. They're minions of unsavoury characters from the Fae realm. Shades and the like.
Shades?
Your mother never told you that shades would drag you away into the night if you didn't go to bed.
My mother died when I was young. The only thing my brother and I feared was our father. Oh, and according to my uncle, the endless list of enemies that were coming to murder our family, which I suppose now is mostly true.
Shades are just as real. They rarely stray from the Fae realm, but they can possess creatures from our world, like wolves, and set them about doing their work.
Good day to you ladies and gentlemen, I have to assume.
We don't want trouble, lads.
You won't be any trouble at all.
Put those away, boys. The old woman is not to be trifled with.
This old bat?
Trust me, you'll be playing with fire.
Was that supposed to mean something?
This is the part where you bring the fire, witch?
The powers of the Fae are not at your beck and call.
But it would be helpful, no?
Draw your weapon, Alex.
Vai matar, moça.
You're not from around here, are you?
Why wouldn't you use your magic?
The princess's steel was impressive enough. We can't have stories about sorcerers following us into the mountains.
You have gained 60 copper in coin and salvage.
E ganhamos 60 moedas.
Boa.
Eu adoro isso.
She snores worse than you.
Stand down, you blatant wazzock.
You don't think seers can accidentally cast spells in their sleep, do you?
Shepherd, what is your real name again?
Abd Rashid.
Abdal Rashid.
Not bad. Though I don't mind being called Shepherd. Reminds me of my purpose.
How long have you known who I was?
From the first. There was word about the missing princess.
And you didn't let on?
You clearly were not looking to tell me. What would be the point?
So I didn't have to keep up the act.
What act? Would you have been ordering me around as a servant?
No.
How are princesses different from shepherds?
More is expected of us.
Like what?
My brother was expected to rule glades from birth, and he does. He was tutored and trained. So was I. Frankly, I wasn't sure what was expected of me until my father sent me to the borderlands. To lord over a castle there.
What would make you a good lord?
I'm sure I wouldn't have made much of one.
You could
E
do
agora ela
worse,
conta
you
pouco da
Easterners.
história dela.
What if a king had a stupid or weak or cruel child? You all suffer. In the borderlands, we always follow the strongest and most cunning, no matter where they come from.
What about the Odedin?
It's the same.
Well, my brother is not stupid. Or weak. We will not have suffered for him becoming king. It's only a matter of a few minutes that the kingdom could have had a blind ruler.
You are a twin.
I am. So perhaps fate isn't so bad at choosing leaders after all. Theo is a natural leader. People listen to him.
They would not do the same for you?
Why would anyone listen to a blind woman?
Because you listen to them.
Lembranças.
Mais uma lembrança.
Are you listening, Alex?
Yes, sorry, Uncle. Just wondering why you're not drawing your sword.
I have something else in mind today, Alex. The sword is an elegant weapon made for self-defense on the road. Easy to carry and easy to dismiss as ornamental. Your shield, however, makes it a weapon of war. There are other weapons you will only find on the battlefield. Brutal weapons made to pierce armor and crush bone. This, Alex, is a warhammer.
A warhammer?
Actually, it's a wooden maul, a safer substitute for training against a true warhammer. It's not much heavier than your sword, but it serves a much different purpose. When wielded by a strong enough opponent, blows from these weapons can injure, even through your shield. Blocking heavy attacks from these weapons is still better than taking the full force of the blow. However, blocking will wear you down, and it is best to interrupt the swing with your own well-timed attack. Are you ready?
I doubt it. But let's give it a go.
On guard! Interrupt my attack.
Então, aqui nós temos o ataque forte. Que se as outras pessoas fizerem ataques com armas mais pesadas, o escudo não defende. Nós temos que usar a espada para defender esses ataques.
Game option.
Excellent. Very good. Finally, I'm going to come at you with alternating heavy attacks and quick combos. Start with your shield raised, while you listen for which attack is coming.
Listen for the type of attack. Interrupt the heavy attacks and block and counter the
E
quick
agora vai usar
combos.
dois tipos de ataques. Forte e o combo.
Excellent. Oh, very good. Excellent. Very good. I pray you have no cause to face these weapons in battle, but a soldier must be prepared.
Soldier? I thought I was a princess.
A princess should not ask a subject to be something she's not willing to be herself.
I understand.
What if he tries some enemy? My father
The valley is much wider here in the mountains. It feels good to be in open country again.
We're exposed out here.
So are our enemies.
You sound more like my uncle than a shepherd.
Men are no different from wolves and jackals. It's the ones I cannot see that I fear most. There is a ridge on our right. A good spot for an ambush. However, once we are past it, I can relax for another mile at least. In the woods, I have no peace. Hold up.
Jackals. On the ridge.
Fighters in mail with battle axes.
I hear them. Clansmen. We may be fine as long as we're not in Mara territory. Clan borders change yearly.
How will we know if we are in Mara territory?
Acho que
We're
eles têm
in Mara
marretas.
territory. Ready your shield, Alex. They may throw the first axe as they charge.
You scared, lass?
You're proving yourself, lass.
Você tem que interromper quando você escutar o...
Exato. Só que os dois tipos de ataque são muito parecidos pelos gritos que eles dão. E acaba sendo complicado.
Não, pausa. Quero explicar um negócio. O ataque que eles atacam com a marreta, que você não consegue defender com o escudo, é mais longo o barulho. Tipo...
Pois é. Mas
agora o outro é mais curto.
Os gritos são mais parecidos, né? Vamos dizer assim. Talvez um pouco.
Sim.
Né, mesmo sendo pouca diferença de tempo do grito dos caras. É aqui onde eu me confundo, cara. Mas no resto das batalhas é mais ou menos.
Game. Sorry to say, Shepherd, you won't find much peace out here.
You have gained 80 copper in coin and salvage.
Akram, open up!
Has it been long since you've seen your husband?
Not long, just a few years. We know you're in there, no sense hiding.
And he's an older gentleman. About your age?
Oh, he's seen his share of winters, yes. I'd know if he's dead, if that's what you're getting at.
If only I was so lucky.
Akram, get down here, we have guests.
You lost the key again? Typical. Coming down.
Hello.
Pleasure. Come, sit. I'll put something on. I can't promise you it will taste any good. I lost my sense of taste years ago, drinking something this old witch made for me. How long are you staying this time?
As long as our guests need.
Just the night. We'll be heading for the pass in the morning.
You won't be heading for the pass before spring. The snows have set in. Hope you like turnips. It's all I got. You'd think she would have brought some food with her after being away for what, 2 years?
You could always come with me, you know.
Well, I have the library to maintain. You really want to start up this argument again?
Well, I'm not your errand girl. Akram considers himself a seer as well. He's more interested in the past. The history of the craft, he calls it.
So, they're in on the game. They know about the Fae?
If you were any kind of seer, you'd know this before we walked in the door.
What brought them around to believing you?
Netherwolves.
How many?
10 or more. Must have been a pack that was exposed to a rift.
They're up to something, the Fae. Stories have been around town in the past few weeks. Do you think they're surfacing in aid of the Horde?
Picking sides?
E agora eles começam a falar sobre o Fae, que é tipo um mundo espiritual.
Working out their plan.
Well, after you're watered up, you should head into the village. Ask around.
We just need to get back to the capital as soon as possible.
Is there any way to get through the pass now?
We can get you through once the weather breaks. But you may not have a home to go back to if we don't heed the warnings that are presenting themselves. You need to help us first.
Essa música é top.
I'm going to visit the farmsteads to inquire about the movement of the Horde. You two should ask around town about any unusual happenings in the area. Folk up here always have stories. I'll travel with you if you come across anything particularly hair-raising.
What about your husband?
Akram will be at the library in the monastery. If you're looking for a place to nap, you should stop by for a visit.
What do you think?
I think it's a distraction we can't afford. Perhaps we can find a guide to take us through the pass.
You don't believe the realm is in danger?
There is danger everywhere. I plan to stay out of it.
What is the town like?
Looks like there is a proper smith here. The monastery is on the other side of the square.
I can hear the bells.
And it looks like there is some sort of celebration going on next to it.
Sounds like that's where most of the village is.
Em outra cidade, né? Aqui é a cidade dos padres, né? Dos monges.
Sim.
Temos aqui uma celebração aqui ao lado esquerdo. À minha frente está o... Como é que chama? Não é? Tipo uma igreja, eu não sei o que é isso aí, cara. E temos o ferreiro também. Onde é que vamos agora? Essa igreja aí nós temos quests.
Vamos fazer as quests.
Vamos lá. Importante dizer que essas quests são relacionadas com o mundo feio, né? O mundo espiritual que o cara tanto se refere. Já que conseguimos descobrir que a nossa amiga Alex é uma vidente.
Consegue fazer mágica.
Calma lá, sem muito spoiler.
Here's the monastery. Should we look for Akram?
Press.
Ah, little surprised to see you so soon. Figured you'd be off at the witch all winter.
Certainly is quiet.
The monks are all out for one last gathering before winter sets in.
Well, we're here. What can we do?
I've already found an interesting lead. Here's a record of an ancient temple on the mountainside above town. It's in ruin now, according to the monks, but by all accounts, it did once hold some manner of mystery.
Like what?
Comings and goings of odd travelers, accounts of strange noises, a secret chamber, the usual fun stuff.
You want to investigate?
Not really, but it's what the witch wants of us.
Press spacebar to take up this quest. Alt key to pass.
Enfim, é um templo que está em uma montanha fora da cidade. E tem coisas estranhas acontecendo lá, né? Ruídos estranhos, vozes, enfim. Coisas do tipo, e ele realmente não quer investigar, mas sobra pra nós, né? Tipo isso.
Sounds intriguing. I say we have a look.
Shouldn't be much farther, according to the maps.
Why would they build a temple out here?
They were made in a time when ancient people maintained contact with the Fae. They were constructed around the natural places where the veil that separates our world and the Fae is thinnest. These sites seem to dot the great valley that spans our realm.
What would people do with the Fae?
Yeah, there's little record. Some scholars believe our worlds affect one another, and we would manage the outcomes together. Perhaps we traded with them, exchanged knowledge. Who's to say it was any different at the intersection of cultures we have in this world?
Do you know what they're like?
No one knows anymore. We only see the rare cases when our world brushes up against theirs. The wolves, for instance. Ah, I see the temple. It's set in the cliff face.
Oof. Looks bigger from the inside.
Watch your step. I'm sure there's been little upkeep of the place.
Do you hear that ringing sound? What is it?
I don't hear anything.
A musical tone?
Yes.
Where is it coming from?
The far side of the room. Don't you hear it?
No. My wife will hear these things from time to time. It drives me crazy. Can you hear that, Akram? What's that sound? What's wrong with your ears? The one thing she doesn't hear is me complaining about her lack of sight.
Do you know what makes the sound?
Something of the Fey realm. Likely an object that has passed between worlds. Can you lead us to it?
I think so.
Enfim, agora nossa amiga consegue ouvir coisas que os outros não conseguem ouvir, barulhos que os outros não conseguem ouvir. E o cara dizia que a esposa dele, a Meg, também conseguia ouvir essas coisas e deixava ele louco. Agora ele perguntou se a gente pode seguir a origem do som. E nós vamos.
Are you okay?
Yes, I think. What happened?
The floor gave way. You're in a lower chamber. I don't see another way down.
The sound is louder. I think the source is down here. I'm going to find it.
Be careful. We'll look for a way to get to you.
Esse barulho de vento, você tem que tomar cuidado com ele.
Esse som é são cofres, buracos.
Tá pra sua direita.
Quase que eu caio no buraco. É isso que eu tô tentando cuidar, por isso que eu tô desviando um pouco. São muitos buracos na sala. E esses sons de rocha quer dizer que o buraco tá perto da gente.
Ai, ai, ai.
Complicado, né?
Pode correr, mano. Tem buraco na frente.
Não, mas eles estão próximos do lado. Temos que ir bem com calma nessa parte. Dá medo isso aí, velho.
Não tem buraco na esquerda. Não tem buraco na direita.
Aqui.
I've reached it.
Vai pra direita.
I've reached the source of the sound.
We found the passage down. Hold on.
My word.
What is it?
A massive stone statue of a warrior bent down on one knee. It holds a small figurine
É uma
of a
estátua.
snake.
E como a gente consegue ouvir o som, ele vai nos orientar para tocar essa estátua.
It calls to Alex. Go ahead. Reach out. Take it. Alex,
Something just happened to me.
can you still hear the sound?
No.
Very curious. I believe you've absorbed any power the figure may have contained.
Power.
And by all indications, this
Ela absorveu a
snake
energia que a estátua
contained
tinha.
dark magic.
By
E agora-
dark, you mean evil?
Oh, heavens.
Essa estátua
No,
se
no, no,
transforma
lucky
em
for you.
guardião.
It merely describes the direction of the
Eu
flow
tô
of
falando aqui
energy
pra
between our worlds.
o pessoal entender bem o
Dark
que vai
magic
acontecer.
takes from our world, gives to the Fey
Ela se
realm.
transforma em um guardião
You're
que
likely now a conduit for
vai
energy in
atacar
that
ela
direction.
para recuperar o poder da
Whereas my
estátua.
Maggie works exclusively in the other direction. It is from the Fey realm that she draws the fire.
Is it dangerous?
Hope not. Scholars talk of dark magic being used to drain one's enemies of life and gaining favor from the Fey.
What was that?
The statue. It rises.
A guardian. Magnificent.
The passage out is closed.
What's happening?
I believe it wants you to return the power you've taken from the figurine.
It can have it.
By the looks of its hammer, I think it means to crush it out of you.
The powers you've absorbed, I think you're the only one who can affect it.
E agora vamos explicar como é que é essa batalha, que ela é um pouco diferente. O guardião é feito de rocha. Quando ele nos ataca à direita um pouco ou um pouco à esquerda, mesmo estando no centro, nós temos que apenas nos defender com o escudo. Mas quando ele nos ataca no centro, nós atacamos.
Game.
Eu perdi muitas vezes aí, mano.
Will hurt him.
Só com ataques fortes.
What, pray tell, was that?
A guardian. Ancient people built stone warriors that could be animated by the Fae, similar to the way wolves can be possessed. They were supposedly posted at important sites to ward off unworthy visitors.
We're unworthy then?
On the contrary, I believe you've just passed a very old rite of passage.
The way out is open again.
We are free to leave this place now.
O que me apaixona
You
nesse
now
jogo
have
é
the
o som.
ability to build favor with successful strikes.
Sim,
Favor is
agora nós
energy
ganhamos
that
a
can be used
habilidade
in
de
magic
fazer
attacks.
magias com bastante sucesso nas batalhas.
I'll be resting at the monastery. Come find me when you're ready to subject me to more horrors.
The village is just waking up. Where do you want to go?
Vamos de volta pra lá. Tem ainda umas coisas bem interessantes ainda.
Here's the monastery. Should we look for Akram?
Sorry to keep you waiting. There was no one around to tell me you were here.
It gave us a chance to rest, and we took it gladly.
I have found something most interesting. My wife likes to discredit my seeing abilities, but I tell you, the speed at which I found 2 more accounts of nearby temples, I'd give ancient archivists a run for their money. She could wander for years before she'd stumble across these locations.
Use down and up arrow keys to cycle through interactions of interest. Press Alt key to leave.
Mesma história das quests, cima e baixo para selecionar uma.
I stumbled across the account of this first site by complete chance. It was in an old land registry that was misshelved. Would you believe it's the first misshelved text I found in this library? The monks here, though often drunk, never seem to make these blunders.
Fascinating. Please continue.
According to the registry, there was an old apple orchard in the woods south of the mountain, a rarity for this climate. The land was confiscated by local lords some 200 years ago for unknown reasons, but a cross-reference of this orchard with accounts of a fabled orchard from earlier texts depicts it as the location of a Fae temple that appears only at night. Considering the rarity of apples to the region, I figure that the 2 orchards must be one and the same.
Press spacebar to take up this quest. Alt key to pass.
Essa aí é mais uma das quests aí do mesmo estilo. Eu não entendi muito.
All right. If you come with
Também não.
us.
This is no doubt the place.
Where are the apple trees?
The forest has consumed the orchard, but the trees
São
were here.
macieiras.
See? One here managed to hang on. You can see 2 more that way. They make out the planting line.
How do we find the center?
Do you hear anything, Alex?
Not yet. Wait. I can hear it. This way.
Vamos seguindo o som.
The sound. It's changing.
Changing. How?
It's moving.
Shades.
Draw your weapon, Alex.
Ok, sombras. Mais uma parte que eu me complico. As batalhas com as sombras, você tem que ser rápido em atacá-las quando elas vêm.
Game.
Stop me! It only appears after it moves! Get back! Back, you devil!
Are they gone?
Yes, I believe so. I pray so.
The Fey Temple will not appear to us.
I don't think it was ever here. I can't help but feel that these shades were lying in wait. We were led here for the purpose of ambush. Like I'm starting to sound like my crazy wife.
Crazy how?
Maggie believes that there are elements of the Fey world that scheme against us for their own purpose. Their influence is limited and subtle. A misshelled registry, a foolhardy investigator. They nudge us along a path of their own design.
Why us?
One of us must be standing in their way. I'll be resting at the monastery. Come find me when you're ready to subject me to more horrors.
Enfim, temos mais umas
The
quests.
village is just waking up. Where do you want to go? Here's the monastery. Should we look for Akram?
Well, where are we off to? Should I go over the details?
Use down and up arrow keys to...
Now, here is a very detailed account dating back less than 50 years of a temple ruin located in a mountain lake.
In a lake?
The temple would have sat on an island in Lake Eiger. It's more of a pond, really. The
templo
account describes
está
a
localizado em
submerged
lago.
ruin at its center.
How would we see anything of interest?
I have not ventured to the lake in years, and I don't recall anything above its surface. However, the water should be clear enough that we may be able to see something from the mountain slope.
Press spacebar to take...
We'll search for evidence of the temple.
Lake Eiger should be visible just over this ridge. Watch your step, Alex. Would you look at that?
What do you see?
There's a causeway leading to a small collection of stones at the center of the lake. The water level must have dropped. It's like we're being welcomed in.
Even more reason for caution.
It's difficult to say what this structure was like. You can tell the stone was quarried elsewhere. Would have been some operation to get it up here.
I see an opening. There's a passage down.
The witch won't forgive me if we don't take a look.
I'll go in. I can already hear something.
We're right here with you.
Novamente a mesma coisa.
The water is not deep. You should be fine to continue, Alex.
Agora acho que tá mais fácil.
Oh, that startled me.
What is it?
A corpse. It's been here a while. Nothing but bone and scraps of leather.
There are more over here, in armor.
Could this be a crypt?
No. I believe they died here, in combat.
How?
There is your answer. A guardian. In pieces now.
The warriors prevailed then.
Not if Alex can still hear the artifact they were after.
The sound is coming from right here, just below the water.
Go ahead, Alex. I don't believe the Guardian will bother us now.
Feels like a necklace.
E aí, está um colar.
Alex?
It happened again.
What do you feel?
I can feel it in my left hand. What's that sound?
The water is...
E lá vem um monstro. Novamente.
It would appear the
O Shepard tá
bring
assustado.
life to more than just statues.
Never again, Alex. That was truly horrifying.
You have proven yourself worthy once again.
Who is she proving herself to? Huh?
That's the real question, isn't it?
You now have the ability to build favor with successful blocks. Favor is energy that
E
can be
agora nós
used in magic
podemos
attacks.
usar ataques para defesa. Meu Deus. Podemos usar magia para defesa. Jesus.
Crow has never looked so inviting. I'll be locking myself in the library. The witch will want you hunting down leads in town.
We'll do that. And thank you, Akram.
I'd say it was a pleasure if it were not so terrifying. Take
E
care.
agora nós não temos nada mais para
There's still
fazer
some
lá.
daylight left. Where do
Nós
you want
vamos
to
na,
head?
na festinha aí. Cadê aqui?
Looks like some monks are serving ale. They've certainly drawn a crowd.
You'd scarcely know there was an invading army around.
Join us. Our fellow brothers and sisters from Bon Arthur are here with their ale. Come, drink.
Press.
The crowd is full of monks.
Let's talk to the sober ones first.
Use down and up arrow key.
I'll tell you about some strange business. We have a hunter staying with us at the monastery. She fled her camp in the southwood, spouting some nonsense about creatures arriving in the night, savaging the others. We were a little concerned if there was any killing going on. She may have been part of it.
Has anyone been sent to inspect the camp?
Who would go? We have our brothers and sisters from Bon Arthur to treat, and the villagers are preparing for the snows.
You're not concerned about what happened at the camp?
We are a sanctuary, and we maintain that by staying out of trouble.
See? I'm not the only one who thinks like this.
I can tell you where the camp is if you want to have a look.
Press spacebar to take up this quest. Alt key
É um
to
acampamento
pass.
que nós vamos agora.
We should find Maggie. She'll want to know about the camp.
All right, let's go find her.
I can already smell it. Something from the nether. You say the monks thought the hunter was mad? Funny how ignorant learned people can be.
Could they have chosen a darker site to make camp?
I believe the darker side chose them. Whatever you're seeing is not natural.
I hear something.
On the other side of the camp?
Yes. What is it?
A small rift. A connection to the Fey world. I haven't come across one in decades. We should go to it. It may have answers.
Agora
You lead
nós
the way, Alex.
estamos ouvindo o som de digamos, um buraco. Né? Um buraco que conecta este mundo com o mundo espiritual. Parece que ele chama nós, né? O que devemos fazer é segui-lo. Vamos lá.
What's that terrible sound?
Nether wolves. Feeding.
Feeding on what?
Hunters.
Wonderful.
We have options. The wolves will take their time consuming flesh, bone and all, and once they've had a meal, they're not likely to let go. If we're careful, we may be able to move past them. Or we could try to take them with the bow, or directly with sword.
Vamos atirar nesses lobos que estão comendo. Comendo não, eles estão pisando, né, nos caçadores mortos. Isso aí é péssimo, velho. Quase não dá pra ouvir o som. Podemos lutar com a espada também.
It sees us.
I'm at the rift. It's calling to me.
To me as well, child. I say we take the smallest of glimpses. Hold my hand. Now reach out.
E agora a gente vai chegar até essa abertura, digamos, porque ela chama tanto Alex quanto a Maggie. E nós vamos juntos.
Game.
We are Odedan. What need do we have for these mountain tribes?
The Fae say they are essential to our success. The pass cannot be crossed without their aid.
Why cross the pass at all? What will that give us?
Glades and the realm.
What was that?
A connection to another time and place. Not too far away and only moments ago.
Who were they?
I believe it was the Odedden General and his council. They are consorting with the Fae, emboldened by prophecy or promise somehow.
The Horde intends to take Glades.
Perhaps.
The Odedden are here for plunder. They will always return home in the end.
I fear this general has much higher ambitions than his predecessors. The real question is why the Fae would want him to push so far east. They clearly want conflict. But why?
We should go now.
In a moment. I have business with the princess. Come with me, Alex.
Where are you going?
It will take but a minute. Keep watch for wolves, Shepherd.
E ela agora... Eita caramba, tô mandando mensagem pra mim. Ela vai querer nos ensinar uma coisa.
Over here, Alex.
Peraí, só vou responder o cara aqui
Now
rapidinho.
that Parte has entered the Fae realm, you will be able to draw from it.
I've entered the Fae realm?
Of course you have. Some small part of you, anyway. Now, no more questions. We must do this while it's fresh in your mind. I want you to draw your weapon.
Okay.
Recall those voices you heard.
Yes, I hear them.
Concentrate on your weapon, and gently ask them to grant you flame.
Press spacebar to trigger spell.
Enfim. E agora nós devemos invocar a nossa habilidade de fogo. Né? E aqui respondeu e cortou a janela do... Estão mandando mensagem privada no TikTok pra mim, ele corta, ele sai da janela. Né? Nós vamos continuar. E pra gente fazer a habilidade, a barra de espaço.
Flame.
Nossa espada ficou de fogo. Ardendo.
I think more wolves are coming. We should... Alex!
Over time, with more encounters with the Fae, your powers will grow, Alex.
This is not natural.
It's necessary, considering what we'll have to face.
E o Shepard viu tudo.
Flaming weapon spell will increase the likelihood of a critical hit.
A espada em fogo vai acrescentar mais chance de dar ataques críticos.
We'll let you know. Monks are certainly loose with stories.
Where to, Alex?
Vamos voltar ali. Ela caminha no mesmo ritmo da música, velho.
The monk gathering. Should we walk through again?
Prep. Use down and up arrow.
Ah, there's a fellow sober face. They're not in the mood either.
Why aren't the monks concerned with the Odedden here in the mountains?
What interest would Odedden have in a library? That's all the monks here have. It's riches from the mines and clan forges the Odedden are after. I'm on my way to a monastery in Old Sevlin, just an hour from here. The reliquary contains gold and silver, and they're looking for escorts south with the collection. The monks trust me. I'm still looking for a few more swords. They pay well. In silver.
I don't know, Alex.
Perhaps the monks will have information about the Horde. And a route through the pass.
Press spacebar to take up this quest.
We can join you.
Excellent. Come, the others are waiting.
So it's just 6 of us. Will that be enough?
The clansmen are brutal fighters, but they're cautious. They only take on fights they think they can win without losses. It would be tough for a raiding party to take on 6 armed fighters without casualties.
How much further to the monastery?
Old Sevlin is set on the plateau, just ahead. I see the sisters waiting for us. The boys will load up the cart.
Hayden, it's good to see you.
Likewise, sister. This is Sister Adamari. She'll be coming with us.
Hello.
Have you seen much of the Horde from here?
We have, and they passed us by. Perhaps they didn't know what our monastery holds. What it held, anyway. Word has it they're preoccupied with plundering mining towns. But we can't take the chance they won't be back.
I'm more worried that clan raiders might be watching us. We need to get the cart moving. Hurry it up, boys.
Do you think the clans can resist the Odedan?
They have defensible villages. They joined forces. They could probably hold off the entire army.
But they won't work together. I've been told the Odedan will have control of the entire region before winter's end. They've already plundered smaller clans and built quite a war chest. I think they're going to use it to buy off the larger clans.
I heard the Mara may even join the horde.
Heaven help us then.
Hold up. Raiders. 10 at least on the path ahead.
It's the Mara.
Hold your ground. The path is too narrow for them to flank us.
Here they come, Alex.
You a wee thing.
Flame.
That's all of them. Sister. Here, let me help you. Let's get her onto the cart. So what was that about? The blind don't fight like that.
She's a seer. Never actually met one in the flesh.
A seer?
A conduit to the Fae. Not many believe in such things, but my grandmother knew one. Saw what they could do. Knew the purpose they served.
What purpose was that?
Protectors of the realm, of course. I can die, now that I've met a seer.
None of that talk now, sister. Let's get a move on, lads.
Come on, get...
We need to get to safer ground.
Eu usei o feitiço
The
da
camp should
espada
be
pra
safe for
ganhar.
the night. We're well clear of the clans now.
Eu não
You're
precisava
welcome
ter
to leave
usado,
with
mas
your
usei.
reward anytime you like.
We should return to Crow now.
How is the sister?
I believe she'll live. Mountain folk are hearty stock, even the monks.
Where will you be headed after this?
South. Travel in any other direction is too dangerous now. You can join us if you like.
Our business takes us east.
I hope the monk's silver eases the trip some. You certainly deserve it. Take care, protector of the realm.
You have gained 150 copper in coin and salvage.
Where now?
Vamos lá de novo. Outra coisa, você só pode usar as magias quando você ouvir um som específico.
The monk gathering. Should we walk through again?
Press. Use down and up arrow keys to cycle
A
through
gente troca essa
interactions
música,
of
gente. É
interest.
sempre a mesma música.
Press Alt key to leave.
I heard about the mine at Kengolic.
What about it?
10 miners went down the other day, none come back up. The village sent in a search party and they found nothing. No bodies, no cave-in, nothing. A large mine. 10 men and women vanished into thin air.
Where is this mine?
Just up the mountain. I could show you the way, but I sure as hell ain't going in.
Maggie will want to hear about this.
You really want to be crawling around in a hole?
Press spacebar.
Mines are places to discover things. Are they not?
I'm the one who has to see the things you discover.
How much further does this shaft go, Shepherd?
The old man said the mine followed the vein straight into the mountain. The end of the tunnel can't be much farther.
I hear something, just up ahead.
I hear it too. If it is a rift that swallowed the miners, it may explain why there was no trace of them.
What do you mean by swallowed?
I suppose the rifts themselves do very little swallowing. It's what comes out of the rifts that we should concern ourselves with.
I'm not sure what you're hearing, but this is it. This is the end of the tunnel.
You're sure?
Feel it. It's solid.
Hello? I hear voices in the walls.
The miners.
I hear it too, Princess. But I doubt it's the miners. There's something else here, Shepherd. What do you see?
Dripstone columns.
Do they strike you as unusual in any way?
There's 3 of them together. It almost looks like someone molded them here.
Draw your weapon, Alex. I want you to strike each of the columns.
Nós agora devemos bater nas colunas para quebrar essa barreira de rochas que estão prendendo eles, os mineradores ali. Aqui vai ser basicamente um jogo de memória. Essa é da frente, essa da esquerda, essa da direita.
They call to you. Go ahead. Answer them.
Eles chamam da esquerda, da direita e de cima. Nós devemos fazer a mesma sequência, na esquerda, na direita e em cima.
It's working. Answer again.
Da mesma forma, direita, cima, esquerda e cima de novo.
Well done. And again. It's open. Well done.
Is this the Fey realm? In front of us?
No, just a chamber, formed by the rift inside. Go ahead, Alex. Lead us to the rift.
Nós devemos seguir.
What do you see, Shepherd?
My stupidity for following you here.
Tem essa coisa.
Oh, something's moving.
Hello? Who's that?
The miners. They're alive.
What happened to you?
We opened a way into this vault. We had a look around, and the passage in was gone.
Well, you need to get out before it closes again. Go.
No need to ask twice.
Wait, did you see anything while you were here? Anything strange beyond the passage closing?
That's not enough for you.
There was one thing. The air never soured. Take a deep breath. Not the hint of a breeze, yet it's as clear as mountain air.
Go. Thank you. The Fae were keeping them alive. Why?
You coming?
Shepherd, you can see them out.
I'm not leaving you down here.
Suit yourself. Alex, find the rift if you can.
I'm at the rift.
We're going to close it. Reach out with your shield hand. Go ahead, reach out. What do you hear?
My name.
Anything else?
Silence. Complete silence.
Você virá conosco, credo.
Shepherd, pull her back.
I have you, Alex.
Draw your weapon, Alex.
Something is coming through the rift.
Shades.
Back. Get back. Stay back.
Are they gone?
That's the last of them, I think.
Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
There can be no doubt. Something in the Fey realm does not want you alive.
But why?
That, I don't know.
Let's go. This way.
Over here, Alex, before we leave.
What is it?
Again, we have to do this quickly, while the effects of the rift linger. Take up your shield. Quickly.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Quiet, Shepherd. Recall those voices you heard.
É a mesma história do feitiço, só que agora com o
I hear
escudo.
them.
Now, gently, ask them for favor.
Press Alt key to trigger spell.
Nós precisamos agora pressionar o Alt para executar essa magia do escudo aí. O que ela faz é explodir, fazer uma explosão de fogo que acerta tudo que tiver em volta. Nesse caso, o que vai acontecer é isso aqui.
I didn't need those eyebrows.
It comes so easily to you. I'm envious.
Please, let's go.
Fire Shield Burst will burn enemies surrounding you and leave them temporarily vulnerable to follow-up attacks.
The princess is close, my general. The Fae have shown me this.
What do we care?
The Fae show us only things of consequence.
If they fear the girl, then they are weak.
The Fae can see more than we can. We should not dismiss their wisdom.
Then we'll send scouts to find them. I would not waste any more time looking for a child. We need to prepare for war.
Alex, wake up. You're okay.
You Deadin. They know we're here.
A bad dream, Alex.
No, I saw it clearly in my mind. They're going to come for us. They can see us. We need to tell Maggie. We need to prepare.
Alex, what if your connection with the Fey realm is only drawing trouble to us? Where would you ever be safe?
That's why I have the fire magic.
That scares me almost as much.
Well, I like it. It makes me feel strong.
You had strength without the fire.
The magic is something that didn't come from my brother or my uncle. It's mine.
I'm going to ask that Maggie take us through the pass when we get back to the village. Or we'll go on our own. Are you with me in that?
Yes. We need to get home.
You're right, Alex. It's time to head east.
The pass won't be easy. The Odedin are still there and the weather is still not good.
But I believe the closer you get to the capital, the more the Fae will reveal. Akram and I will work out the best way to proceed.
Thank you, Maggie.
Do what you need to prepare. We'll leave when you're ready.
That's settled. If there's anything else you want to take care of before we head east, we should do it now.
When you are ready to travel, press the Tab key to bring up the character menu and select the travel map.
E agora nós vamos até o ferreiro. O que aconteceu ali foi que ela teve uma visão, né, que o general e uma outra mulher ali, que eu não entendi o que ela é, querem matá-la, tomar o reino do irmão dela.
What you looking for, lass?
Arms and armor.
You have nasty business with the clans, do you?
Eu gosto da voz dessa mulher, legal.
We're heading east.
Well, you won't find a better smith this side of the pass, and good local steel from the mines.
Use up and down arrow.
Quando ela fala da espada, quer ver?
Suit you well? It's light and lethal. We'll say 120 copper.
Press spacebar.
If you're looking for something a little heftier, I have this sturdy longsword for 100.
Press space.
if you're looking for better protection, I have these chainmail pieces. You can have the lot for 150 copper.
Press space.
This shield is strong and relatively light for 70 copper.
Press spacebar to consider purchase.
Enfim, e aqui nós temos um escudo, uma armadura e duas espadas, uma curta e uma longa. Eu vou escolher a longa.
The chain arm, the long sword.
Press spacebar to
Eu gosto
consider
dessa, é um pouco mais
purchase.
forte.
Use arrow key. This item will cost 50 copper.
There you go, lass.
Use up.
The short sword, the chain armor.
Use arrow item quality. Tier 3 heavy armor. This item.
There you go, lass.
Use
the shield.
Use this item.
There you go, lass.
I'll be going now. Thank you.
Anytime, lass.
Enfim. E agora poderíamos ir para a próxima cidade. Altabi.
Character menu. Travel map.
Aqui o mapa
Press
de viagem.
spacebar to select.
We are here at the village of Crow. The Glades border is a 2-day journey once we make the pass.
Press spacebar to begin travel.
Aqui nós temos mais uma
Press
jornada
Alt
de
key to
2
remain at
dias.
this location.
Ai. Tô com sono, velho. Mas é isso. Acho que vamos deixar, né, o vídeo por aqui.
Beleza, então.
Então, gente. É isso aí, vamos terminar o vídeo por aí. Né? Se você gostou.
É isso aí, pessoal. Valeu por ter acompanhado a
Se
gente
você
aí.
Gostou, deixa eu gostei de vocês aí. Compartilhe com os amiguinhos. E desculpe por qualquer pessoa que dormiu aí assistindo o vídeo. Mas é isso aí. Estamos juntos aí. E sexta que vem, voltamos com mais uma. Quer dizer alguma coisa aí, Eduardo?
Não, só queria dizer pra dizer obrigado pro pessoal acompanhar a gente aí mais nesse vídeo da gameplay do Vale.
É isso aí. Sexta-feira que
É isso
vem
aí,
nós estamos de
pessoal.
volta, pessoal. Grande abraço a todos e até a próxima.